Hi, my name is Cori Rowley, and I work for Full Circle Real Estate.
I'm Deann Carter from Brick Financial.
And this is Hustle and Heart podcast. So, Deann, what do you do outside of mortgages?
Outside of mortgages, well, first let me just say I'm really excited to be here today.
Great.
Thank you so much, you guys.
I'm very excited to have you today.
Outside of mortgages, well, I am a runner.
Ooh.
Yep.
Runner and she's a track star.
It's the one thing I do for myself almost every single morning at about 5 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
5 a.m.
Out there running. I have a great, really supportive group of women, a great run group
That's
in
nice.
Oxford.
Do you run with them every day?
Just about.
Oh,
yeah, just about every day.
Lovely.
Yep. Every once in a while we get a little rest day here and there, but
That's
pretty much
nice,
it's
though.
the way I start my day every day.
That's really great, especially to get into that routine and like have a group of women that do it with you too.
Yeah.
Because doing it alone can be very tough.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing.
That's great.
And when I'm not running or doing the mortgage thing, I'm a wrestling coach.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So you have some sons. How many kids do you have?
Yep, so I have 3 boys. They are 10, 13, and 19.
Aw,
Mm-hmm.
those are good ages right now. Those are great. So with your wrestling, how did you get into that? Was it just because your boys were into it? Did you?
So I was actually a wrestler myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That's great.
I actually did wrestle on the boys team in high school, and then I went and wrestled, competed with the United States Girls Wrestling Association,
Wow.
and it just kind of transitioned when my sons showed some interest. I was right there, and they were they're happy
I
to have
bet you
me as a
were
coach.
so happy when they started showing interest into wrestling specifically.
I was because my oldest one, believe it or not, he was a late bloomer, so he didn't even
Okay.
start until high school.
Oh,
So
wow.
the
Yeah.
younger ones actually started before he did, and
Aw.
yeah.
That's nice. I had friends that they're like little siblings. All of them wrestled, boys and girls. So it was really nice to go to their little wrestling tournaments.
Yeah, it's a great sport.
So how did you get up, or how did you end up becoming a broker, mortgage broker?
Oh, well, that could be
Are you a mortgage broker?
I am a mortgage broker.
Oh, okay. Definitely. I saw the question. I was like, I don't think we talked about mortgage broker yet.
Yeah. So it's kind of, it could be a long story.
Mhm.
But I basically started in the industry. My friend had already been in the industry, and their job was hiring what was called a pipeline manager at the time. And she was just like, Deann, we're hiring. We need you. You're going to do this so good. Like, I know it. And I went in for an interview and got hired, and that started my journey into the world of mortgages.
Nice. And did you need to have any like education background behind that?
I don't think it was a requirement. I think I had pretty much all of my employment history has always kind of been in management anyways.
Nice.
So I think it was just the skills I had. They, obviously
They
liked
kind
me
of like
and-
integrated in
Mhm.
with it. So
Yeah.
it was a lot easier for you to learn too because of your previous jobs.
Mhm, mhm.
Nice. That's really nice. So what is it like to be balancing your lending side and also being a mom and also being a coach? Because that's basically 3 jobs.
Yeah, 3 full-time 24/7 jobs pretty much. People, they ask me, they're like, how do you do it? How do you wake up this early every day and go to bed so late? And I mean, all I can say is I take a lot of naps.
Oh, definitely. I'm a napper too.
I'm a power napper though, so I'm like, mom needs her 10 minutes. Sometimes 15, sometimes 20, but I'm not napping for hours. It's like a quick, quick
Yep,
pick
cat
me up.
nap.
Yeah. And I'm just honest. Like, I'm flexible with my clients if they're flexible with me. They don't realize that since we're out here doing, whatever we can all day long, a lot of our clients need us when they're home from work,
Yes.
which sometimes works, better for me as well. Like, hey, I can do that 9 p.m. phone call if that's what we have to do. And sometimes it's almost easier sometimes if, I'm more available then. So.
Definitely, especially if you're trying to work with so many different schedules, your different schedules, and then the client's different schedules, it can be very difficult to align them.
Yep, and just calendars, and I do set a lot of alarms for myself
Definitely.
because I do need reminders, and I don't know how people can survive without having a good calendar.
That's very true, especially organized calendar too, because
Uh-huh.
they can be kind of disorganized.
Oh yeah.
If it weren't for lending right now, what would you be doing? Do you think?
Um, so I'm going to say probably teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because I do actually also, here's another hat, but I do substitute teach from time to
Oh
time
my
as well.
gosh, that's
Just
amazing.
for fun.
That's
It's hard to fit the time in with everything else
I feel
going
like
on,
it's
but
a rewarding
mhm.
experience to be a substitute
Yeah,
teacher,
it is. It really is. So I would probably have gone just full
full
force into
teacher.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. What specific teacher? Because I think I actually had this conversation with Shiloh the other day. I was like, I look like a teacher right now. Like I'm dressed like one, but which one? And I said, I think a science teacher. He said math. So which one
Yeah.
do you think? What
So
subject?
probably math.
Math.
Yeah, math or something sciencey like human anatomy.
Oh, that was always fun.
But people would probably think like not a gym teacher, Deann. Like,
No, exactly. You're the wrestler coach.
yeah. But I mean, I did really enjoy math, and obviously, I work with numbers all day long
That
now.
is
So
true.
yeah.
What's your favorite way to spend the day off?
Um, any, huh?
Yeah, do you even get a day off?
There are no days off in the mortgage
Definitely.
industry. I mean, it's very rare to even take a vacation where you're not like thinking or worrying about work, just because you're dealing with people making the biggest transaction in their life,
That is very
and
true.
I do take it seriously. But so we're always they're available, but when I do have that free time, I always keep saying I just want to like be on the beach, read a book, and in the sun. So anything
Yes.
sun related.
I feel that mine is definitely beach or just water in general. I need like 2 seconds to clear my head. Let me go
Mm-hmm.
look at a lake or look at like a creek or something. Moving
Yeah.
water needs to
Mm-hmm.
be moving water. What's one life lesson wrestling has taught you that carries into your career?
Um, you can do hard things.
That is true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people don't realize, sometimes these loans and scenarios and things like they get hard. And sometimes maybe I have a buyer that's just like, I can't do this. It's too difficult. It's like, wait a minute. There's no problems. There's only solutions. So you just learn to work through it. And I think, yeah.
No, I can definitely see that because even with wrestling, like you have to cut the weight and be so stern on your body and stern with routine.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that has really carried into your career to set those routines. And
Yeah.
what's one thing your clients say they appreciate the most working with you?
Um, Gosh, I mean, I feel like I have so many reviews I could read through, but everyone's experience, is the same but so different. So, I mean, really, probably the honesty that I give them, and I'm always one of my sayings is. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to prepare you. And so I think that they really, appreciate the fact that, I was
Yeah.
honest and,
I mean, because you're telling a lot of scary things at
mm-hmm,
some points. I mean, the situations that can come up can be terrifying. So when you're approaching it with honesty of, hey, not trying to scare you,
mm-hmm.
it's just to prepare you that this could happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
very
and
nice.
it's I open myself up to them. I like to tell them I'm now their home buying Google, so they don't have to
That
go
is
and
true.
research everything on the internet anymore. So I'm always just a phone call or text away.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So, what made you really choose to stay in the mortgage industry and really not branch out?
Mm-hmm. Um, I think it's just I kept moving in different avenues. Like I started learning about like the pipeline and the timeline of the mortgage, and then I went into processing. The
Okay.
previous company that I had worked for, they had been bought out, and just my role had changed there. But then my current boss now had opened up Brick Financial and started the brokerage. They
Oh,
they had
nice.
recruited me, so I originally started there as processing for them, and then processing manager, and then ultimately went into originating. And I don't know, I just yeah, there's just no turning back now.
Definitely. So, with the wrestling, that teaches you the discipline, the patience, and perseverance.
Hmm.
How have those lessons shaped you to guide you through to your clients in the home process or
Hmm.
home buying process?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of like, before, just all the lessons from wrestling and being in that grit and that grind and just, overcoming obstacles,
Hmm.
because I mean, there are smooth, mortgage processes, but I would think more than not, there are some bumps in the road. And so it
Hmm.
just really helps us, hold on and just know like, hey, everything's going to be okay. You can get through this. Sometimes, sometimes there's reasons to back away from a house, but we're not going to let a little chipped paint
Right.
get in our way of someone qualifying
Definitely.
and things like that.
What do you love most about helping people buy homes?
uh, seeing seeing their happy faces and just knowing that like sometimes you're making someone's dream just come
Hmm.
true, their dream house. Maybe it's the first person to ever own a home for in the generations of family members they've
Oh,
been through,
definitely. Yeah.
and just just watching really people's dreams come true. Even also just seeing someone like working hard and now they just bought their first investment property
Yes, that's
too.
very true too.
There's so
Yeah,
many good things that come of it.
there is. What's the most rewarding part to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of one of the same. Just
Hmm.
again, I mean, my favorite might be that first time home buyer that thought that they never could have bought a home. Everyone, maybe even they were
They were just
denied a
stuck in
million
that
times
renting process
before.
too,
Hmm.
and getting them out of that renting process, I bet,
Yeah,
can
and just
feel.
when they realize, like, I never thought this would be possible, and we made it possible.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
What's the biggest misconception people have about getting a mortgage?
the biggest misconception. I mean, people think they don't have enough money or their credit's not good enough or there's a lot of just confusion around employment history that they may or
For
may not
sure.
need to have and things
So,
like
what do you think the first thing that somebody should know when they're thinking about buying a home?
I think it's absolutely one of the most important things for them to set a monthly payment budget for themselves.
Definitely.
A lot of times people are pre-approved for way more than what they want to spend, and you go tell someone that you're pre-approved for
Hmm.
$500,000 house. They're like, I'm so awesome, this is great. They go, put in that offer, and then it's like, wait, the payment's what? And so I think that I like to start with what's your budget? What do you want can comfortably spend? Because the worst thing is for someone to be like house broke.
Oh,
Hmm.
definitely. Definitely. I mean, I remember we just closed on our house in April-ish. I think in February is when we got our pre-approval, and
Hmm.
they were like, "You're pre-approved for almost 400,000." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah,
But I don't think we can.
yeah. Like maybe I don't
I don't
want
think
that
we
payment. Yeah.
can. Yeah, that was gonna be a hefty payment.
Hmm.
How much money do you think people really need to buy a house?
So that's kind of a hard question. It depends on the size of the house,
Hmm.
but I mean, we've had with the great like down payment assistance programs that are out there. I mean, someone I've seen had someone spend maybe as little as $500, but maybe just your average person. I mean, depending on the program, I could easily say 1,000 to 20,000.
Definitely, yeah. It definitely just depends on the client's circumstances.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you think is generally the average credit score that you would see?
The average that I see, um, I mean, I see credit. I see,
You're
I
like, I
see
see a
credit
lot of
I
credit.
see credit from under 500 to over 800
And do you
on a
think that
daily
they still pretty
basis.
are pretty passing for the mortgage?
I think what maybe the better question is what do I hope to see?
Okay,
And so,
definitely.
so I always hope that someone is at least at a 580. I feel like if someone's got a 580, we can make options happen for
Definitely.
them. I mean, there are options, down to 500, but they're not for everyone.
Right.
So,
Definitely. That's great though, knowing that they do have options.
yeah.
What mistakes do first-time buyers make when talking to a lender, or before talking to a lender? I'm sorry.
What mistakes would they make before? Um, Not talking to a lender
That is very
first.
true. Not talking to that lender,
Yeah.
because then you don't
Uh,
know what payment that you can really handle.
I think one of the biggest obstacles are, there's this like, I'm a little bit older, maybe not in on the TikTok stuff, but I keep having clients talking about this TikTok envelope method of
Hmm.
saving money. I think it helps them save like
Oh, I've
$5,000.
seen that.
And so they're
Yeah.
like, I got my money saved and I'm putting it in the bank. And so they don't realize, like, whoa, we're not just going to go deposit all this cash in the bank now. So, yeah.
Definitely. I did not realize that that was going like
Okay.
creeping into like the lending world.
Yeah.
That's funny. Should people avoid opening new credit cards or buying a car before closing?
Um, in most cases, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Before any changes happen with credit, talk to your lender. They can, like, a lot of times we'll just start with a soft credit check to see what's going on, where things at. Some people do maybe need to open a credit card because maybe they don't have enough established credit. Some people, it's like, should we buy the house or the car first? And that's just a conversation to be had and with your lender to go over the pros and cons of that.
Definitely. And I would say that kind of has to go with same for like cash deals of buying things with cash too, because that
Mm-hmm.
could be taken away from your down
Mm-hmm.
payment
Yeah,
potentially.
absolutely.
What's one thing people can do today that will help them qualify for a home later?
Um, Really, I would say saving money and
Definitely.
just not opening up an extreme amount of credit card debt. Yeah, credit card debt just really gets people into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And
Does
really,
student loan debt also go in with the?
I've seen some crazy student loan debt
Okay.
into the hundreds, 200s, 300,000s of debt, but I would say that it does factor into what they can afford at times. But um, I think credit cards,
Credit cards are the bigger
sometimes hurt
one.
people a little bit more.
Credit cards can hurt more. Okay, so now we're going to start talking about the current market.
Oh, yay.
Are people waiting too long because of the interest rates?
I'm gonna say no.
No.
Like, honestly, people are still buying houses.
That is true. I did buy one too.
Yeah, because really the difference in interest rate, depending again on the house, but it's normally something, again, you focus on that payment. I think as long as the payment makes sense for you and you find your perfect house, like, go for it.
Definitely.
Yeah, and people are always looking to, upgrade or downsize, or, unfortunately people get divorced, or, things happen. People are still buying houses.
And so that goes into my next question. Does that mean that buyers can refinance if the rates drop?
Oh, absolutely.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, always.
How are today's buyers making their offers more competitive?
Trying to get all of our secrets, are you?
Just a little. Just a few.
I do think I've seen, a lot of, we do offer pretty quick closings.
Yes.
A lot of times if it's needed, like, we're closing deals in like 2 weeks, which is a competitive, edge.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
There are some lenders that can take upwards of over a month to a few months. And yeah, it can get a little wishy-washy.
Yeah, I do think a lot of buyers I've seen, they're offering a lot more like free occupancy, even up to 60 days to allow the seller to get out of their home.
Definitely.
Which has been really competitive. The world of, appraisal guarantees, it's still out there. Not everyone has the extra funds to offer that, but I think it's very competitive and people do.
Definitely. Are there any loan programs that people don't know enough about?
Yeah. There's so many programs out there. Like, we would need to have a whole other session just to talk about other loan programs.
Definitely.
But I think that there's just a lot of, misconceptions and uneducation on some of even just the first time homebuyer stuff, that's out there. But again, I think it's just important to, also let like your lender do that job and
Definitely,
find the best
yes.
program for you. So yeah, and there's so many people think, oh, I owned a home before, I can't get down payment assistance. Well, no, you can. There's down
Oh,
payment
okay.
assistance for all types of people. First time home buyer or repeat buyer. So there's just a lot.
Definitely did not know
too
that
much.
one.
Things change too much in the world for everyone to know everything all the
That
time.
is true, yes. So you work with a lot of realtors.
I do.
How is that relationship? How do you create a great lender and realtor relationship?
I mean, it goes down to communication and trust, really. Um, you know, just having, the communication and the trust.
Definitely.
Can we start that over? No. It's okay. No, just I think it's really important to know that we are a team. We work through things together. It's important for the realtor to let me know if something's going wrong on their side, just as important as it is for me to let them know, like, hey, so and so just told me that they spent all their money and now they're waiting on funds from somewhere else, or whatever the heck the scenario is.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure there's like some sort of miscommunication sometimes that goes along, and then you guys just like with the clients, between the clients, miscommunication, but then when you guys get together, you're like, no, this is cleared now.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes too, I'll just mention this. I feel like I've been so lucky to work with some of the best people that are just like, we're in it for the client. We don't view them as a paycheck. We view them as, our friends, our family. And so sometimes, we have, especially an elderly client that might not be good with computers and doesn't know how to, upload documents. I mean, I've had realtors that have gone and driven 30 minutes or more away to get documents from a client. I've done the same thing myself, and sometimes it's like, hey, can you call them and tell them this, or it's just really about being a team and working together.
Yeah, it's creating that just above average, it's just going above and beyond for your clients.
Yeah, absolutely.
And creating that total full circle, total full circle moment, full circle relationship, a valuable relationship as well.
Yeah.
How does having a trusted lender benefit the buyers?
I mean, yeah, for me, it's like, I mean, can we swear here? Can I say it's no bullshit? Like, we're going to tell you how it is and what's happening. And, sometimes you have to, take that firm approach and be like, if you want to buy this house, this is what you need to do right now.
Definitely.
Or,
Definitely. Well, I mean, because we deal with the buyers all the time, or sellers being like, oh, we're ready now, or we want to do this now. Well, sometimes there's a process, there's steps that you got to take.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you do have to kind of put your foot down and be like, not yet, hold on though. I would definitely say that trusting your lender can be also a little bit more differently than like trusting a car salesman, because I feel like those car salesmen are really just trying to get that deal.
Yeah.
Just trying to get that commission check.
Yeah, no, and that's why, I mean, I talk to everyone like we're best friends already, because my goal, and I always tell them, like, I want to be your lender for life. We end up becoming friends along the process and following each other on social media. And I mean, I've been invited to their kids' birthday parties and weddings and housewarming parties.
That's
amazing. So I just think it's important to know, like, that we're here for them, like, forever. Especially, you get a lot of spam mail and stuff after you buy a home. And
definitely.
So I'm like, hey, send me a picture of what it is. Let me know, like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for you.
Yeah, no, that's really good. Especially when you have like those clients that have like all those questions too, and they're just so eager to understand. And when you know that knowledge and you're just able to give it to them right away, it's very nice. Creates that trusted full circle relationship.
Yeah.
Why should buyers get pre-approved before touring homes?
So I do think it's, it is fun if they want to go browse, if they're lucky enough to have a realtor that'll take them without a
drive
pre-approval.
by that open house.
Just because I believe it's, it's okay to dream and wonder. But again, it just goes back to having that budget and like realistic budget. Like,
Yes.
Can we actually afford this?
Definitely. That definitely does get you that solid number of what you'll be able to work with.
Mm-hmm.
What information do you need from buyers to get them pre-approved quickly?
So, yeah, I mean, it really just goes, they put in, birthday, social, employment information, and really we just need 2 years of W-2s or tax returns, pay stubs, and bank statement. That's it.
Definitely. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, you would think.
We're going to do something a little fun. It's going to be like a myth or fact.
Okay.
So, you need 20% down to buy a home.
No.
Solid. You have to have perfect credit.
No.
Getting pre-approved hurts your credit a lot.
No.
Paying off every debt before buying is always the best move.
It is not. No.
Could we go a little bit on that one?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people will want to close out all their accounts and like pay off their, cars and things, and that can actually hurt your credit because now they've lost that positive reporting, item.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people too are, when you pay off your mortgage, you'll normally see your credit go down too, which is not fair, but it's just the way the world of credit works.
Okay. So renting is always cheaper than buying.
Absolutely not. No.
Going a little bit on that one.
Yeah, no, I love when it's like your mortgage is $300 less than what your rent was.
Exactly.
So it's not,
I mean, the whole reason why we ended up stopping with the renting process because we did the math of how much our monthly was, and we were there for 2 years, and we had paid almost $30,000. That kind of would be better for like a loan, in all honesty.
Yeah, I rented my first house for 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I went back and added up all the money I spent, got sick a little bit, tried to convince the landlord to sell me the house. Of course he wouldn't.
No, of course not.
He's like, are you kidding me? I'm making so much money. So, yeah.
FHA loans are only for first-time buyers.
No.
Ooh, go on that one.
Yeah, no, they're for anybody. Anybody can get an FHA loan, and sometimes it works out better for like a second time or repeat buyer because the down payment requirement is less.
Definitely.
So, conventional, if they're buying, moving on from a house, then they would have to put 5% down, but FHA only requires 3.5%, whether you're a first-time home buyer or not.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, what is one piece of advice that you would like to give to somebody buying a home in the next year?
I mean, talk to a lender.
Definitely.
It doesn't matter. Like, I will set people up sometimes on a 3-month plan or a 6-month plan or a 1, 2 to 3 year plan. So it's definitely, worth it to talk to a lender, get your plan set up, and we'll touch base along the way and make sure that you're staying on track for things.
Yeah, she'll help you get on track to save for the house. What's one financial habit that everyone should start today?
One financial habit. So, I mean, honestly, I would say reassess your spending now.
Definitely.
Take a look and see where you're spending money. Check your subscriptions. How many Starbucks are you getting every day? Are you, is there any like unnecessary spending that you might want to modify before you are, committed to owning a home?
Definitely. I remember when we started seriously talking about buying a home, and we did the same thing, and we cut costs. Is what we did. It was lots of breakfast for dinner. I joke with my clients sometimes that are maybe they're going to be like 1,000, 2,000 short, and it's like, okay, you can do this. And I'm like beans and rice for the next, hot dogs,
not quite that extreme, but it's true. It can really, save. And it's like, you're not ordering out for the next month. you can do this, you know?
No, yeah, and after we moved into the house too, we're finding ourselves going like back into
Yeah.
the spending, and we're like,
Mhm.
no, we gotta go back into it because I
Yeah.
mean, owning a house can be very expensive sometimes.
Yeah. You want to have that little, extra cushion
Definitely.
for things to pop up.
What's one thing buyers stress about that usually isn't as big as what they think?
I mean, honestly, I think it's their credit score.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people think like, oh, I need the most perfect credit ever, and they don't realize like, oh, when I get that mortgage, my credit is going to go up. Most of my clients that are maybe in that like 580, lower range, once they have a mortgage, their credit score is going up like 60 to 100 points within that first like 6 months.
Oh wow. Nice. What would you tell someone who's nervous to even begin the process?
Call a lender and have a conversation. Because there's nothing, there's no commitment. There, we can just have a conversation about things and see if you want to take the next step of actually getting, pre-approved and doing the application.
That is very true. There is no commitment when you are calling. So it's just ask your questions, and if you're not ready, then you're not ready. If you are, then you can start the process.
Exactly, yeah.
So what is the full process of yours?
Okay, you mean like from when someone's getting pre-approved from like home searching? Okay, so they call and we do the application and congratulations, you're pre-approved. Now happy house hunting. So then they're obviously normally working with their realtor at that point too.
Could it be like a couple weeks go by too that you don't even hear back from the clients because they're house hunting, or are they pretty?
Yes and no. I mean, I do try to touch base at least like once a week, whether it's with the client or the realtor, just to see how things are going. I'm very I'm a stickler, and I'd like to run the numbers to make sure that it makes sense, because sometimes they might be looking at a home where the taxes are $2,000 a year.
Definitely. You like to be proactive.
Yeah. So before they're actually submitting that offer, I like to say this, if you offer this much, this is what the payment's going to be. This is what you can expect your payment to be next year after the taxes change. And this is how much money you're going to need for closing. Does this sound doable for you? And sometimes they're like, the taxes are what? I'm like, I'm glad we're looking at this.
Definitely.
So there's normally that conversation. But as long as they're happy with the numbers, okay, their offer is accepted. I mean, normally they then have to schedule their inspection within, I'd say, 3 to 7 days or so.
Yeah, most 10. Most is 10 days, I think, usually.
Yeah. Normally then they're putting down their earnest money deposit. And then as long as the inspection's well, we're like ready to order the appraisal. And I mean, I would say from that point on, they could expect to close within about 2 weeks or so.
Definitely. It's a really easy process.
I mean, it can be. It sure can be.
It can be. There's also sometimes situations do come up, but everybody handles them really completed.
Yeah. Well, and if you're buying a home, I mean, it's not like it's the only thing they're doing. So sometimes they're working all day, they're tired, and we do have to. It's like, hey, we need your bank statement, or did you get those last pay stubs, or but we just have to remember that everyone's human. So
just got to work with the different routines.
Yeah.
So, what's the best way for somebody to reach out to you?
I mean, call me. Call me, text me. I feel like a lot of people do normally send a text message like, hey, so-and-so, told me to reach out to you. And then we normally schedule a good time that's going to work for both of us to have a conversation. Some people do find me on Facebook. The only social media outlets I have are Facebook and Instagram. So I do tend to get a lot of messages through Messenger that way, but ultimately I end up, hey, here's my cell phone. I like the cell phone the best.
Well, Deann, thank you so much for having this conversation today, sitting with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And thank you so much for listening to the Hustle and Heart podcast.